everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I shall be talking about my first thoughts of Season of the Witch, aka Season 22. I do want to add right now that a little bit of it's going to be slightly on the bad side just because of bugs and stuff they haven't patched out, but that is expected. I didn't really have too many problems when it comes to logging in, like you would most seasons, especially compared to last season, and I also haven't been kicked out of sessions too much. I had a few times loading into story ones to get the free Monte Carlo, because it was just a pinnacle drop for me, so it was lovely to get. But not too bad, unlike some people. So obviously everyone's experience is going to be different. For me, I just want to talk about stuff like the aspect, artifact, weapons, and the story so far. Starting off with the story though, I've actually very much enjoyed this. It seems like we're going to be going down an interesting route. I want to see if we actually end up encountering Zero Wrath, if something even gets revived this season, or if that's next season. I feel like that'd be a big thing if they don't do it this season, seeing that it's all built up to it. I don't know. I hope they do. Unless they want to make that the dungeon for next season or something. Like, actually, I reckon Zero would be the dungeon boss next season. Unless she ends up being a raid boss in Final Shape. Or they want to use it as something to continue after Final Shape. In the episodes that are coming up. Oh shoot, I forgot to say, I do not want to be talking about Final Shape in this too much. Because this is just about the season, not my thoughts on the season and Final Shape. Yeah, the story seems great. Love seeing Aris come back, and Finch is that not Finch. Imaro has been quite an interesting character. We also actually get to see a little bit of our character have personality in this when he or she just grabs Imaro and basically threatens to kill them in a sense. It's not great because we don't speak, but it is a lot to tell us what's going on. Of course, this has been a problem since basically Forsaken. Our character does not speak much, but when they do, it means a lot. Seems to be speaking is still stuck to basically just DLCs, which is a shame because it'd be nice to have us speak a bit more. But oh well. I guess actually having our character do something instead of just standing there useless is great. Now, the story beats do need to actually build somewhere. Now, this is the first week because we aren't going to know. All it seems like is we're going to see Eris fight Zero Wrath, and that we've now tied to her. That is great in lore sense, but it really does need to be shown more in game. We can't just hear about her like fighting off random hive celebrants or something off screen. We need to see her actually do something instead of just us typing her for nothing. Now onto weapons. There's a bit I don't really know how to feel. Obviously we haven't got the raid yet. That's coming out on September 1st, and this is basically within the first 24 hours roughly of me recording. But the actual seasonal ones we seem to have. There seems to be new world drops. And then there's also like the season pass / like seasonal activity ones. Some seem interesting in the machine gun rocket launcher to me, because in my last video I talk about the perks. But then you get stuff like the hand cannon, which is basically stuck to PvP as there's not a good role for PvE. And it's a shame where hand cannons have got a buff, and there's quite a few hand cannons in this season, it seems. But that one, and also the I can't even think of the word right now off the top of my head. The one you get from vendors like Shax or Zavala and Drifter, it also doesn't seem that great. The new sniper and stuff, it's just atrocious. Quite a few of these weapons seem atrocious. The scout rifle could have been better, and the fusion rifle is. I may be missing something, it just doesn't seem worth it to me. Red borders though seem to be dropping kind of consistently if any sort of breakthrough does come out as meta. It's quite easy to earn the engrams. It seems to be Bungie is definitely siding with the factor to make it easier to get guns. And as well, the red borders, not just guns. I mean, plus just the ability to now level up your red borders means, okay, if you want to still do a grind a little bit, you can. You don't have to level it up by paying, but they've increased the level up by doing activities, which is nice and helpful. And you can now play Glimmer. I believe from level 0 to level 17, which is where you need most of your guns, is 47 cores, something like that. It's around 47. I don't know what it is to get it to level 30 if you really do care for your memento, but at that point I feel like if you're caring about a memento, you're going to use the gun. Level 17 is just so you can get both enhanced perks. Personally, I tend to level a gun to about level 7 because that's where I can get my masterwork, and that's what I really find makes a difference on some of these guns, especially if it's like a hand cannon that's got no range or something like that. Moving on to seasonal activity though, I'm really enjoying it. Seems to be great. Both of them. Spire is like Spire the Witch. Fun. Nice to see a 3-man activity that is. I'd actually prefer over Deep Dive. And then we have. What's the other one called? Ultra Summoning. Summoning. I just had a look at the background image here. That ends up being pretty useful. Seems great. I love the fact that it's basically Court of Oryx, but 3-man. I miss Court of Oryx, so this is great to have. I do wish there was more bosses. 3 seems a little bit low. Is it, yeah, 3 or 4? Something like that, actually. Well, there's 3 bosses and a 4th one for just an encounter. That is a bit low. A few more do. Possibly, if because there is 4 cores, as you can see on screen right now. There's the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. It looks as if there's going to be a tier 4 that we just haven't unlocked yet. Hopefully that brings a new boss and possibly an exotic. I really am hoping there. Speaking of exotics though, we have the exotic mission rotator. I am slightly sad that we don't have all of them back at once and just have one be the pinnacle for that week. But I'm not going to moan because they have brought back one of my personal favourite exotic missions in Presage. Not gonna lie, I did think Harbinger was coming back. I must have read it wrong because it seems to be coming back in next season. I believe if I have to go back and read the patch notes, the TWID, but it's nice to see that they have actually thought ahead about putting more in. Being able to craft the weapons seems okay. I was a bit terrified that the new perk rolls would be terrible on Dead Man's Tale, but it seems alright. We will see what it's like on the other guns. So far though, nothing to complain. It's just nice getting some content that's going to stick around in the Legends tab. And it's brilliant again for like people that haven't done it or haven't done it in a long time. I have no clue if the shaders and that for doing it solo are there. If they aren't, hopefully Bungie can talk about that or someone can tell me in the comments. Going on to the aspects, I don't really have an opinion on them yet too much because I haven't got around to using them that much. I've been very much just built into this solo build that I have, and I made a video on the other day. If you haven't, go check it out. It is absolutely insane. It's not the one I'm using in this video because I just wanted to get part of the catalyst done for Monte Carlo. But that build is insane. Go check it out. Apparently the Hunter one is a bit... I read it. It's more of just like a jokey gimmick that could do with a buff at some point, it seems. The Warlock one seems a bit broken for PvP, and like it might come in clutch in Grandmasters. Personally, I don't think I'll run it because I love my Threadlings build, especially with the new Threadlings buff. The Titan one sounds broken, and I'm most likely going to be rocking it in day 1 raid if I'm not running solo. We'll be trying to get a video out about artifacts, but right now the person that has is Fallout Outplays. They seem to go in a bit more depth than I did, and I will try and make mine soon, but there's quite a few things I want to do first. But that's what I want to talk about right now. Go about the season. Well, we'll actually quickly mention, I love the new PvP map and Relic. Relic's a lot of fun to me. PvP map looks amazing. Could be interesting to see when more strategies and stuff come out and what is going to be meta. Just quickly mentioning the artifact before we end the video. The orbs seem quite interesting. I wish there was a bit more synergy with stasis, but hopefully that's next season. It's insane for certain builds. Not really too much to say right now. I haven't had enough time to try out. Haven't unlocked everything on it yet. We will get to it. Do wish the champion mods were better. If you guys, I just want to say before we get to the end of this video, we are so close to 400 subs. If you guys haven't already, please do subscribe. Every sub helps. We are trying to hit 1k in the long term, but right now it's about hitting 400 and then it's going to be 425 as the next goal. I love you all. Please don't forget to like and comment. See you in the next video. Peace.